Hello, my love, and welcome to Seen, the podcast that helps you to stop hiding, claim your worth, and build the most vibrant version of your life possible. Thank you so much for being here.
How are you?
Perfect. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
I'm good. Sorry if I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a big fan of both of you and a big fan of the show.
Thank you.
So, Sergio, I can't actually tell anyone in Ireland that I'm interviewing you today because they're all very offended and outraged by you.
Why?
Because I heard you had no idea who U2 was.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know. No, I know. I've heard about them, but I'm not, I don't know, in Spain, you don't really, I don't know.
In Spain, they're in Spain, darling. They're in Spain.
You too?
Yes, they're all over.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Please think about everything. They don't, Spain, the Spanish are going to hate him soon. They have no IVF, they have no surrogacy, they have no music, apparently.
I'm sure I know a few songs. I'm going to actually search after you too.
Yeah. Okay.
Do Google it. Good job you're in Dubai then.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh my God, that's so funny. So yeah, really nice to meet you both. And yeah, it's so interesting to kind of see your relationship play out on the Housewives. I actually also work with my husband. So curious. Yeah. So I'm so curious as to like how you guys find like working together, and still having the relationship and not killing each other, and just how you kind of make it all work.
Well, we avoid each other, so we do different things.
We don't avoid each other.
Yeah, I like it when you're here and I'm over there. Yeah, I like to have a separate place. I do. He would happily sit in front of me all day and look at me.
No, you know what? We are always together
on a jet ski.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, we are always together outside when we're in the house, so we try to just have our different roles very clear. I do the things I have to do, the other things, and then we kind of bring it all together.
He likes to have me in every meeting. I'm now finally, as I said on the show, cutting the umbilical cord and telling him he has to take some meetings on his own, right? So he does those, I do.
So I love to listen to her expertise because she's older than me, but then, now slowly I'm kind of, I'm turning 30 this year, so I had to put the big pants on. So now I'm starting to say,
growing up.
I'm growing up, honey. Yes, I'm growing up.
So I can go with it.
Yeah, exactly. Like you said on the show, you're basically parenting him.
Yes, I am parenting him.
All right. Oh my God. You actually...
I'm doing a great job.
You really watch the show. That's terrible.
Yeah, I'm doing a great job.
I do. Of course. Research. No, it's great. You have to love some Housewives. But yeah, no, I totally agree. You do have to just have your like different like boundaries. I'm the same with my husband. It's like, working in different areas.
Who is older, you or your husband?
It's going to be the husband.
We're actually 2 weeks apart. So we're like very close in age.
Oh, wow.
Like,
okay.
Yeah.
It's not,
actually right now, sorry, go on.
I was going to say, I'm like a comfort blanket for him, right? He thinks if I'm there, I can solve everything. Whereas I think that that's a disaster for him. He has to learn.
You're not really there anymore.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that was a disaster.
And in what industry are you guys in? Just to see how you guys, in what industry?
Yeah, so I'm in social media and marketing, and he's in real estate. And so we actually work in separate like businesses, but then we have some things that we do together, like we invest in properties together. And then like we kind of give each other advice in each other's businesses. So it's good because it's kind of like what you said, Caroline, we've got that like separation. But at the same time, we kind of pop back into kind of, yeah, exactly. But sometimes I'm like, does he want this social media advice, or am I just like really annoying him right now?
Yeah, no, I mean,
So
I know that I kind of do all the technical side of it. So I kind of like just make sure I try to just bring her things already done, because, she's all there and she's done it. So, and then she's kind of like the little princess saying yes, no. And then if she says no, I have to get back to work, So I think we understood each other's roles, and depends on the projects I run.
I feel like I did it, years ago. I've worked, 16-hour days. He's got, and I really feel like now he's doing it. Like, I think before I had a little prince that lived here, and now he's understood with all these brands and things that he's working, that he's got to put in 12-hour days. He just does. And I don't want to do that
but
I want to say yes or no.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know what? I don't even think that's like an age thing, because we're, as I said, like the same age, and it's the exact same scenario. Like he's kind of coming to me asking me stuff, and I'm like, have you Googled it? And he's like, it's just faster to ask you. And I'm like, no, please use Google. But I've had my business for longer. So I've had my own business for like 7 years, whereas he's only just had it for like coming up to 2 years. So I think it's like not even an age thing. It's just like, and I'm the same as you, Caroline. Like I've done
also,
I've done the hard graft.
I have to say, she comes back to me a lot asking for things, and she got used to that.
Mm-hmm. No, I need you to do things for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Day and night. So it is.
Right. We put in the hard graft, and you guys.
I put it a lot, my friend.
No. But now, like he would go off and want to do another holiday, or go and paddle for 3 hours or whatever with his mate. Now I see him get down here at like 6 a.m, and he's there till 7 p.m, as he should be, building something. And I really truly believe he has to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, because nobody's gonna run the team in Bali. I have no one is gonna. If I don't put the things, no one is gonna build. Like I have to do it. So
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So, so I'm so curious because, like, they say that like Victoria Beckham is kind of like the mastermind behind David Beckham and his kind of personal brand and his business. So is that kind of like the case with you guys? Like Sergio, when you guys got together, like Caroline, did you help him with his personal brand and help build it, like almost like mentor him from that scenario in business?
It's the other way around now.
I think it's the other way around because the age gap, my generation is actually our kind of like work, like we do a lot of stuff with social media, marketing and stuff, and that's my expertise. So, I
can't do what he does. I would have to hire, 3 or 4 people to do what he does, which is, make the content, edit them. He's doing, all the clips with my podcast. He found the land in Bali. So although I get offered and I work, my brand is very established, obviously, but he has taken my brand in different directions that I couldn't have done on my own, definitely.
Wait, am I listening to that? Can you say that again?
And he's doing the hard graft that I don't want to do. I really don't want to do it anymore. It's fair enough, Sergio. I'm 48, you're 8. So that's just, he's got way more energy. But that's not to say, look, would my brand die without you? No, it wouldn't. It'd just be a lot harder.
Yeah. And so what do you think is like the biggest thing then, Sergio, that like Caroline has helped you with your brand? Because obviously you're bringing this dynamic new approach,
Yeah, I think honestly confidence, because, it's always tough to really, I think I was trying to show an image that was not really myself. And I think I was just only myself with the people that really knew me, which was like 3 friends and my family, because coming from soccer, you always try to be this, figure of like professional athlete, very formal. And in reality, I'm who I am. I'm, and actually, in a way, I know the show is the show, and sometimes I don't look that good, maybe, let's say, but I'm actually very happy because it's who I am. I'm that emotional, like freak who loves the wives more than anything, and he will do anything, and it's just who I am. Like I'm not playing any, persona or anything. And I used to do that. And I think Caroline allowed me to develop myself to, who, truly I am. And I think that what she really gave me, that confidence.
We get a lot of shit that we're so different. And he's like such a, baby as it were in the show, or very emotional, cries a lot. And I'm like, it doesn't bother me. I'm married to him.
But what I have to say is I think I would say 95% of the men out there, they are really playing a persona, because that's what the fear of men, is portrayed. Like they just try to show that, like tough, obviously I'm a tough guy, and I want to play that, I'm a real man, I'm the man of the house. But in reality, I'm emotional, and I'm who I am. And I'm, most of the men, they don't show that because they don't have the confidence enough to cry or to show emotions. And
he has the confidence to show that I run the house.
And I don't care, it's what it is, like.
I've always liked to run the house. It doesn't mean to say he doesn't contribute and do whatever, but like, I don't want to be out of control of that. That is something, I've got 3 teenagers. I love, knowing where the money goes. I love paying bills. Weirdly, I love knowing everything. I am a control freak. If I didn't want to do it, I would hand it over to him. That doesn't mean to say he sat here like a lazy bugger doing nothing. And
no, it depends, because that would be my nightmare. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
I enjoy that.
And instead of that, I do all the other investments, all the other stuff, and we diversify. The roles are very clear, which is good. But I could say the biggest thing that she helped me, it was to really, not be afraid of what people think, like putting myself out there. Now you can really call me anything or like tell me anything that I would do it. Because it's just, I developed such a thick and a strong skin because what we went through since the beginning, and that's super valuable because, you can't really do anything, and I think that's the biggest thing that really helped me, not any other thing. Is just that, like, personality wise, to really, put it out here.
And I love that so much because
when he's learned, well, with Housewives, he gets a lot of shit, and I have the confidence to say it's okay.
And I don't even watch it now. Like it's just not, like, you can say whatever, like just say it. Like I'm fine if you wanna just, like, I know who I am. The people who knows me, they know who I am, and I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be being the same, so nothing's gonna change.
Yeah, I love that so much because it's like so important to be authentic. And I feel like if you hadn't really shown who you are on the show and who you are on social media, etc., you'd just be kind of blending in with the crowd, right? You wouldn't even have the following that 100%. You do, Yeah. And so many people try and put themselves in boxes when they go online, and that's what really holds them back. So I love the fact that you're just like confident enough to do that. And so many people, I feel like that's what holds them back from building their brand, is the confidence. Like, you can have all the tactics in the world. It doesn't matter if you don't like just feel confident and just do it. So like, do you have any tip if there was someone else out there that was like kind of feeling the same way, that they're scared to be who they are online? What would you say to them? Like, what was the thing that made it click for you, that just gave you that confidence?
I mean, I think it's very tough in the beginning because at the end, society is built to really have everybody under the same pot, and then because that's everybody talks. So then if you're doing something different, everybody's like going, oh my God, what is he doing? Just come back to the circle. So I think, in a way, it's very important to have someone who really supports you and who really loves you to really, being able to show who you are. But if you are alone, I mean, just don't be afraid of just putting yourself out there in any way. It
doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. I think he's really good at that now. He really, really does. Even sometimes I'm like, oh God, Wince, did you? Did you have to say that? And he's like, oh, it is who I am. Like, what can I do? And then I'm like, he's right. Like, it doesn't matter.
I cannot change. Like,
it's endearing, it was hilarious when he asked to see the embryo's head.
No, but I could say that.
Oh my God. Okay, you've seen that. That's out tomorrow. Or did you see that? Is that out now?
I didn't see that one, but there was another comment that was like kind of cracked me up. It was like something like, when you were explaining about like how a surrogate works, and he was like, no, I think it won't look like us. So,
he
so many funny moments.
He's going to take it out and put it in somebody else.
I got so many messages about men that they don't know about it, because it's not a thing that men know. Like, women might know because they they have it up there, not on the chichi, on the thing, just they go through it. We don't go through this stuff. No one tells, so like these questions, a lot of men, they have it. They're scared of like just saying it. I would say in Spanish, 50 more million questions. In English, they don't come that many, but they come a few. So it's just what it is,
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
more to come.
I'm excited. But Caroline, I love like how confident you are, and just also how you just don't really take things to heart. Like, even like, the kind of funny scene with like, Sergio's parents offering to like pay him, not to go ahead with the wedding, whatever. But like you could clearly see that you genuinely like thought it was funny, and just like it was like water off the duck's back. Like, what has kind of allowed you to kind of be so thick-skinned over the years? Because you've been through a lot with your brand. It's evolved so much.
Yeah.
Like, how have you just kind of kept that going and just not let anything get to you?
Well, the thing with his parents, to be fair, like I put myself in their shoes. And if my sons who were 14 and, came home with a, 43-year-old woman and 3 kids, I'd have a heart attack. So like, I wasn't that upset about it. And it was the reaction I was expecting. It was, he was just so sure it would be okay. As for the rest of it, I just think, when you are in boarding school, and that's the one thing I'll say, is that you get used to, you live with all these women and women that hate you, and some love you and some don't. So you hear it all the time. So you get so used to people talking behind your back, or, being rude about you, mean about you. We used to get rated when we came to breakfast, all of these things that, you would curl up into a ball and die if you took it all in. So I've always done things differently. I put my face on London buses, for God's sake. Do you think I know everyone went, what the hell is she doing? But everyone knew who I was. So, you can either be a sheep, or you can be the leader. And that's, I guess, what I've always done. It wasn't because I was I'm not a supermodel. I'm just like everybody else. It's just I was prepared to put myself out there and not be scared of what other people think. And of course, I've had massive failures. I've had, really embarrassing things, and I've cried my eyes out like everybody else. I've been up, I've been down, I've almost been bankrupt. I've rebuilt myself. But I've never sat there and gone, what am I, and gone, well, I'm not doing anything again. I'm like, okay, I have to rebuild. And that's why no matter what, I will be successful. And I am successful because of that, and, tenacity, which most people don't have anymore. And I don't know if that's, and I'll tell you something, I meet a lot of women who are inspired by me or want to work for me or whatever else, but they don't have it. And it not in that way that they want everything on their timeline. They don't want to work for it anymore. And I think that's what Kim Kardashian was saying. The work ethic has changed. And I know she got a lot of shit for it, but it's true, unfortunately. People want something for nothing. And, the way where I grew up, you have to prove yourself. And that's the problem with social media, because we're building a whole load of young kids who think that they have to do nothing but take a selfie. And that's absolutely not true. I fetch teas and coffees. I have been woken up in the middle of the night by clients of mine saying, get me a drink, when I was in England and they were in New York. And I've had to call, where they could dial 9, but they couldn't be bothered and called me instead. Ridiculous shit that I was prepared to do.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love that. And it's like, I feel like it's such a credit to you that you have your personal brand that has brought you through all these iterations, because if you were to just kind of build like a business and you could sell it, and then, what's left for you. So it's so important to like build that personal brand. And, the fact that you even have that longevity, you know what I mean? Because so many people are like a flash in the pan with social media, but you've managed to kind of reinvent yourself.
I'm just getting bigger and bigger. And that's what's so crazy. I've realized now today that, I've been 6 years in reality TV and 10 years on Bravo now. And somehow I've weathered the storm, and honestly, people, I think this year, people are really falling in love with my brand again and who I am and what I'm telling women at 48 they can do, because I'm still here. And I'm actually just, I think you can see, just getting started. And, that's
absolutely.
I don't think I had anyone to look up to back then. That was because when, you're 48, we were all told, 50. That's pretty old for people. They're giving bus passes at 60 or whatever in England. So I should be retiring now. And I'm just getting going. You know what I mean? Like, I wish there were more women that just did this.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. And I know we've only got a minute to wrap up. So I'd just love to know, like, what motivates you? Like, how do you, because it's been years now and you've had so many iterations, so many different businesses, like, what keeps you going? What is it?
The fact that I don't know how I'm going to wake up. Like 1 minute I'm in New York, and then the next minute I'm in Australia, then the next minute I'm on a private jet to Paris. The next minute nothing was planned. I didn't know I was going. We woke up and we had dinner with friends, and we woke up in Paris. Next week I'm in Bali. All of it's
not having the routine.
No routine.
No routine.
We have no idea.
That's what really is amazing.
Launching the label.
And then it's exciting.
Yeah. Now, for example, we go to Bali, and obviously it would be amazing if we just go for holiday with the kids, but we're going, and then we own a land, we're building, then we have another project that we're looking. So
we're going to New York for reunion. In between all of it, I have to fly 20 hours from Bali to reunion,
and then we come
fly
back
all the way back to Bali. So like, it's nuts.
It's great, but it's just part of the process. And I think merging business with your lifestyle, with your family, is what it's all about.
So much fun. Like,
then it's not work.
I love that so much.
Of your lifestyle. And that's what we try to do. Just, merging everything together.
Yeah, I love that. Honestly, that is like, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's what I want to do as well with my business and family and things like that. So thank you so much, guys, for talking to me today. It was amazing. And so great to hear from you both.
Yeah,
thank you for having us.
Good luck with everything.